Hi, my name is Benjamin Halpern. My expertise is in fear, anxiety, panic, and stress. And I'm sharing with you this video to help you deal with your own emotions and the emotions of your children, specifically relating to the current fear, anxiety, panic, and stress relating to the coronavirus. I'm not going to discuss the virus or medically what you can do to work with the virus and to protect yourself from the virus, or what you should or should not do. I'm going to specifically focus in my area of expertise, which is the fear associated. So you'll hear from the medical experts what you can do medically to protect yourself. However, when it comes to fear is what everybody's dealing with. Anxiety is what everybody's dealing with. Panic is what everybody's dealing with. Stress is what everybody's dealing with. And that's something you can really deal with effectively if you understand what you need to do. And there is no reason why you need to live with it. So let's discuss what you can do to be able to overcome the fear. Now, fear, the emotion of fear, generally speaking, is when we're afraid of something that hasn't happened yet. So if you're feeling fear, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling stress, the one good thing is it didn't happen yet. Because once something happens, you're not afraid of it anymore because it already happened. Imagine walking down a street and there's somebody that looks shady, somebody that looks dangerous coming across you in a hoodie. Now, you're afraid he might come in your direction. But if he's already coming in your direction, you can't be afraid of that anymore. You're afraid he may stop. What's if he stops? You're no more afraid that he may stop. You're afraid he may have a knife. If he has a knife, you're no more afraid he has a knife, and so on. You're only afraid of something that didn't happen yet. So fear, anxiety, panic, and stress is fear of something that hasn't happened yet. And the reason why we experience that emotion is because we feel that we cannot control it. When we focus on a component in our life that we cannot control, we experience fear, anxiety, panic, and stress. Now, there are many things in life that we could control, and there are many things in life we cannot control. When we focus on the things that we could control, we feel calm, we feel relaxed, we feel empowered. When we focus on the components of life we cannot control, we feel fear, anxiety, panic, and stress. Let me give you an example, and then let's make it practical. Imagine you're driving on a country road in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning, coming back from a chasana. You're driving your minivan, and your wife and all your children are in the car. Everything you own that's valuable to you is in that car. Now, on the other side of the yellow line, a little bit in the distance, you see a car, you see two headlights coming across you. Now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. There's very high chances that that person might not be the perfect person who you want to be behind the wheel that night. Because 2 o'clock in the morning, it might be somebody coming back from somewhere very tired, somebody not so responsible, maybe in texting, maybe a teenager who borrowed a parent's car, maybe somebody that's coming back from somewhere where they might have had something to drink. So the chances are pretty high that somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning might not be the safest of drivers. Yet, that car coming across you, which is in essence a loaded machine gun, he's driving a car right towards your family. And all there is between you and that loaded machine gun is a double yellow line. And most people are totally calm. They continue sipping on their drink. They listen to music. How? There's a machine gun possibly coming across you and your family. How could you be calm? And the answer is because you're focusing on your steering wheel. And that's something you can control. So you feel calm, you feel relaxed, you feel empowered. However, if you start focusing on the person driving the other car, you're going to feel stressed. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel worried. If you start thinking, so who's driving that car? Is that person tired? Are they looking at their phone? Have they had something to drink tonight? You're going to panic and get stressed out. Therefore, you know and you're trained to focus on the little part of the equation that you can control. Even though it's not going to necessarily save your life, but you know that focusing on what you can control will make you anxious, fearful, stressed, and panicked. It's the same idea when it comes to the coronavirus. Now, there's loads that you could control. And that's what people have heard. Rabbanim and doctors have given advice as to what you can do to protect yourself. Now, as long as you do those things and focus on doing things that you can control, you will not get anxious. You will feel empowered. You will feel that you did something, and you will feel a sense of calm, feeling that something's in your power. For example, washing hands. For example, staying away from public places and stuff where we were told not to go by Rabbanim and doctors. You will feel that you did something about it. You will feel a sense of control. And that's the concept that we're taught in the Torah of Ishtadlus. When we do our Ishtadlus, we do something. It gives us a sense of empowerment. It gives us a sense of control, which makes us feel calm, relaxed, and serene. We did something, and we also have a little part of it that we can control. Now, if you focus on the part of the coronavirus that you cannot control, that there's nothing you could do about it, it's spread, it's happening in a way that you can't do anything about, you will feel stressed, you will feel anxious, you will feel out of control. And that will make you very, very, very unhappy, miserable, and frustrated. You don't have to do that. Think about it in the rest of your life. When we focus on the parts of our life that are in our control, our ishtadlus, whether it's for health, whether it's for parnasa, whether it's for shidduchim, if we do our part, then we feel a sense of calm. We feel a sense of control in our lives. When we try to go into Hashem's territory and we try to control Hashem's part of the world, what's not under our control, the way Hashem tells us that we're off track, the way I like to describe it is when you drive on a highway or on a road, as long as you stay in your lane, you're fine. If you go too much to the right, you hit the guardrail on the right. If you go too much to the left, you hit the guardrail on the left. The guardrail on the right means you're going into Hashem's territory. You're going into the future. So you feel anxiety, fear, stress, and panic. If you hit the guardrail on the left, you're going into the past. You'll experience depression, regret, guilt, and so on. As long as you don't go into Hashem's territory and you just drive in your lane and do what you could do and do what you can control and do your hishtadlus and you focus on your lane, you focus on what's in your control, you will feel a sense of calm, a sense of relaxation, a sense of peace. And you will be protected and you will avoid anxiety, fear, panic, and stress. This is for adults. But let me just add, for children do not have the ability to think for themselves and necessarily to soothe themselves, and they need our reassurance. So what do they want to be reassured about? Children want to know one thing, that they're safe, they'll be okay, life will return to normal, things will pan out. And when we work first on our own stuff, and we're feeling calm and serene, that itself will do wonders for our children. Because when we're stressed out, you can't kid a kid. They know you're stressed out. Whatever reassurance you give them is going to fall on deaf ears. Because they do what you do, not what you say. So they'll pick it up in 1 second. But if we focus on what we could control, and we bring our anxiety into control, that itself will make our children feel safer. But in addition, if we reassure them by telling them that they're going to be okay, this will pass, their life will stay safe, and life will return to normal, that will help them, the little push that they need in addition to give them peace of mind. So while we cannot control the outcome of the coronavirus, we can only daven and do our ishtadlus and say tehillim, like our gedolim said, and do the tefillas that we need to do, and do the hishtadlus medically that we need to do. If we focus on our part, like every other thing in life, on our hishtadlus, and we focus and we concentrate on the steering wheel in our car, we will feel a sense of safety and security. If we focus on the parts of our life that are out of our control, we're going to experience fear, anxiety, panic, and stress. Now, in the rest of your life, you might have it down pat and you learn to focus on what you could control versus what you can't. It's when such an event happens that we're not trained to. All we need to do is take a skill that we already have and use regularly. The concept of ishtadlus, we do it for shidduchim. We do it when it comes to illness. We do it when it comes related to keeping healthy. We do it related to parnasa. We know how to do it. We just don't realize that we need to apply that same skill set, that our children feel safe, that there'll be money, that our children feel safe, that will be healthy, that our children feel safe, that everything will be okay. Just use the same technology, the same skill set, the same hashkafa that you use in the other areas of your life. Now apply it to this area of coronavirus. And Be'ez Hashem, my bracha is we should all be zoicha to be calm, to be relaxed, to use our gewaldige skills and tools and advice of the Torah. In this time, it'll just make it stronger that our sense of menuchas hanefesh and yishuv hadas that we're going to acquire now will be with us forever, Be'ez Hashem Yisbarach, and give us a great quality of life and give us the clarity of mind to be able to use it to learn Torah and tefillah and our work in life, to serve Hashem. And ultimately, what will come out of this whole thing is a big Kiddush Hashem, and the way we're going to deal with it, and a gewaldige growth in our personal, professional, spiritual lives.